Yeah. Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Couple things, man. Just some feedback from yesterday, which was a very, very significant accomplishment for me. First half marathon, but it's over now, and now it's time to train for the full marathon. You got that accomplished, done, checked it off the list. Now it's time to train for the full marathon. And after the race was over, I went out to a friend of mine. She had a housewarming party and stuff like that. And one of the people that was there, one of the guests that was there, her name is, shout out to you, Lindsay, if you're listening. But Lindsay is a marathoner, or a marathoner. Somewhere she's where I'm trying to get to. She runs marathons regularly in different states and different countries. She got to the point where she lost track and how many actual marathons that she's actually ran, right? So I was catching up with her, just telling her a little bit about what I did in regards to training and all the nutrition and all that stuff, because again, I still consider myself fairly new to the whole marathon world and the runner's world and all that kind of stuff. So it's always good to pick up lessons from people like that who've been there, done that, and they've maintained for over a period of decades, right? So I was telling her, look, I was doing 10 miles a day. I was running 10 miles a day. And also, not only that, but not only was I doing 10 miles a day, but I was also drinking a lot of water leading up to the race, to the point where my pee was actually coming out clear. Like, there was no yellow at all. It was coming out clear. And she mentioned that I was overtraining. It was like I was overtraining to the point where if your pee's coming out clear, you're getting rid of the other important nutrients that you're going to need throughout the run, and hydration and all that, which is common and things like that. But when she mentioned that I was overtraining, it got me thinking about why I'm like that, why I've developed this kind of mindset. And there was a situation in high school in which it brought me back to just that thought. It made me think about the warning I got in high school. It was my junior year. It was either my junior or my senior. I can't remember, but it was during practice. For those of you who don't know, I played football in high school, and I played linebacker. And our linebackers coach was Coach Steve Gent, just incredible guy, an extraordinary human, man. He's made high school. It was a blessing to have him as a coach when I was in high school, right? So here's what happened. It was the day before we were about to go into full pads. This is the summer, right? And it's the day before we're about to go into full pads. And, for those of you who don't know, but football, it's the day, you start off with just helmets and shorts, and then you put your shoulder pads on, and then the third day you in full gear, right? So you're ready to go, because full gear is a significant day, because all that talking stops, and now it's time to hit some folks. Now it's time to really go after it. And it was the day before we were about to start, our full pad practice, and we had this drill called stockyards. Stockyards is where you get three ropes, and you get a linebacker, an O-line, or a D-lineman, or whatever it is, and the whistle blows, and you just go right at them. Bang, 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 bang. Right? So that's a linebacker's drill. That's the drill we're supposed to dominate in, right? So when we were in our individual groups, and Coach Gent was trying to getting us to get our mind right for the next day of practice, he goes, look, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes time to perform in front of your teammates, we ain't gonna be out there. I would not want to embarrass myself. By going out there when it comes time to full pass, more specifically for a linebacker's drill, and go out there and not show up and do what I gotta do in front of my teammates. All right, and as serious as he got, because understand, leading up to it, you don't have your pads on, you're ready for football to start, there's all this anticipation, and then the second, he's like, look, all right, all that shit is over now football is officially starting. I'm not gonna go out there and embarrass myself. So the overtraining when it comes to the marathon or the half marathon that I ran, and the stuff Lindsay was saying, it's a habit now. It's a habit. Ever since that point, when you set your mind to do something, when you set your mind to become somebody, when I'm setting my mind to become a marathoner like she is, it's like, look, you're going to overtrain regardless, And I'll close you out with this thought. Because when I got to college, I had another great line. Excuse me. Had another great linebackers coach when I got to college. His name was Coach Joe Tricario, who said, look, I can always slow you down, but I can't speed you up. All right, I can always slow you down, but I can't speed you up. Meaning, you gotta want it, you gotta grind, you gotta go after it, and then I can slow you down if need be. All right, so think about that as you're going. Excuse me. Think about that as you're going out and you're making goals and you're making plans and you're making things happen. Think about the fact that the people that are going to help you get to where you're trying to get to are not going to be able to speed you up. They can slow you down, but they can't speed you up. So continuously make it a habit to overtrain. And when you run into people that have been there and done it before, they can slow you down and say, okay, cool. Don't let it be the opposite. Don't let it be the opposite. And where somebody got to say, look, I got to speed you up. Fuck that. Let it be the latter in which somebody says, look, we got to slow you down. All right. Dive deeper into all of this. The main website is makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaMove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Check it out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.